Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and in today's video I am going to be reviewing these polygels from Makartt. These are not sponsored. I did purchase these with my own money, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I am going to go ahead and use this gel brush right here from Beetles. I do not have a polygel brush that I am absolutely in love with yet, so I'm just going to use this. And for the slip solution, I'm going to use 91% alcohol. And this is how the packaging looks. The tubes are the 50 mLs. They do also come with an instruction booklet, so if you've never used polygel before, then this will give you some details on how to use it. I have used it in the past, and at first I didn't like it, but it's probably the polygel that I used, so I am going to try Makartt today. I have used Modelones in the past, and I really wasn't happy with it. So I've heard great things about Makartt, so it's really nice and stiff, and I've been watching a lot of videos about other girls using polygel, so I'm eager to try it. And then this is the dish that I'm going to put my alcohol in. I have seen videos where girls use either 70% or 91%. I do have both, but today I'm going to go ahead and use the 91% alcohol. Now I am going to go ahead and swatch these colors for you. These base colors are just so pretty. So when I chose these base colors, I was watching Nails by Vic, and she would always use these colors, and her nails are just amazing. I swear she's like the queen of polygel. She makes the prettiest nails ever. So I wanted to go ahead and give it a try and just see if I'd be able to work with it or not. And I do want to go ahead and incorporate polygel for my press-on nails now. I want to just make them super sturdy to where they're going to be extremely durable and not break or crack. And I am going to also try to use acrylic as well, but I can only handle the smell of the monomer so much. I did purchase some of Zulays acrylic powder and monomer, and it was easy to work with, but the smell is just really strong for me, so that's why I'm going to choose to use polygel. So these are the tips that I'm using today. I did get these off of Temu, I believe, and it says they are soft gel tips, and I did cut off the edge of the nail tip, just the number, just to trim it down a little bit and make it a little bit more sharper square. And I did just purchase this Apres primer. I'm gonna try it out, but after this video I actually didn't like it. I'd rather just stick with my Mia Secret primer. That has just been my go-to, and I really didn't like this Apres one, and the Mia Secret is a little bit more affordable, so I would recommend the Mia Secret primer. And I do that instead of buffing my nail tips instead, because I do the chemical etching, so that's how I prepare my press-on nails. So I did go ahead and do that to all of the nails, and now let's get into the nail design. I am going to go ahead and go with this color right here. I thought it was the most perfect color for my skin tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply a base coat. You can add any base coat of your choice, and after I add the base coat, I am going to go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And for polygel, you do need a base coat in order for it to stick to the nail, so make sure you do not skip this step. Okay, here are all the nails with the base coat, and once again I did cure for 60 seconds. Now it's time to apply the polygel. So with Nails by Vic, she goes and she just goes in and just puts a strip down the whole nail. And I have been watching another girl doing nails. I'll be sure to leave her linked in the description box below as well. But she does it with beads, so I'm gonna try with beads, because the method that Nails by Vic does, I really couldn't get it. And of course it does take practice. You can't just be perfect the first time you use it. That's with anybody. but this method was kind of hard for me, so I am going to try to use beads the next video that I make using the polygel. And in this method I did do a lot of patting, and whenever using polygel you do want to make sure your brush is saturated with the alcohol, because if not it's going to stick to the polygel. The polygel is really sticky, and if your brush is not saturated with the alcohol, then it's just going to be a gloppy mess. So I'm just patting it down just to cover the surface of the nail, and then I start swiping it down just to take down some of the bulk, because I didn't want them to be super thick. I'm still trying to figure out what thickness is going to work best for me. And then I was trying to work on the edges just to make sure that they stayed nice and sharp, because I didn't want to lose the shape of these nails. And I am just trying to smooth out the polygel the best that I can. And then to take off the excess polygel on the free edge, I am going to go ahead and use the spatula end from my Modelones polygel brush, because this brush doesn't have a spatula on the end, and that's the only spatula that I have. So I am trying to keep the cuticle area thin enough to where it's not going to be super bulky, because you don't want the nails to shrink, and also you don't want them to be super thick in the cuticle area. Then it won't look as natural as you'd expect them to look, you know, like whenever you get your nails done at the nail salon or something. And keep in mind, these are press-on nails, so you don't want them to look super thick in the cuticle area either. So that's what I'm trying to do here, and I'm just trying to perfect it as much as possible, keep it as thin as possible, and I just do this until I'm satisfied. I really enjoyed this polygel. It was not frustrating me. It wasn't getting stuck to the brush like the Modelones polygel did in the past. That's why I stopped using it, because I just couldn't get the hang of it. And I'm more of a visual learner, so I was watching videos over and over and over again, and I was just ready to just go out there and give it a try, and here I am doing it now, and I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to make more videos with polygel. It was really fun to use. This Makartt polygel was amazing. I highly recommend it. If you've never tried it before, I recommend you go ahead and check out in the description box the colors that I've picked out. The colors that I picked out are specifically for base colors. I want them to look like acrylics, so that's why I chose like all the nudes and all the cool tone colors that I have in the description box. So they do have color polygel as well, so if you're more advanced and you're able to do like ombres, or you just want full nail, like nail bed colors, then they do have pigmented polygels as well. So I haven't tried those yet. Like I said, this is the only polygel I have, and so far I'm really liking it. If I do just want a solid nail, then I'll just use the gel polish that I have. But so yeah, I'm just going ahead and shaping the nail, and once I'm done, I was working on the thumb first. I did go ahead and put that in the lamp and cured it for 60 seconds. That is another great thing about polygel, is it will not set like acrylic. Like, you have to put it in the lamp in order for it to harden. So you can take your time with polygel. If you're slow like me and you're barely learning again like me, then this is going to be perfect for you. And whenever you are satisfied with the look of the thickness and the shape of the nail that you want with the polygel, then just go ahead and put it in the lamp and cure it. Because if you do just leave it on the nail stand, and depending on the temperature of your room, like my room was kind of like hot, so the polygel is gonna change consistency also with the temperature of your room. I did watch a video of the girl that I'm gonna have linked in the description, where she said if you put your polygel in the fridge for like 10 to 15 minutes before application, then that's going to keep the polygel more sturdy. So next video that I make, I am going to attempt to do that, because this poly gel was just sitting in my desk drawer, and like I said, my room was really warm, so it was a little softer, but it was not hard to work with at all, if that makes any sense. So by no means did Makartt have any problems when I made this video. I absolutely loved this poly gel. I highly recommend it. It was really easy to work with. There was no smell. That's another thing. There's no smell to poly gel. Unlike acrylic with the monomer, it's really strong. Poly gel has no smell at all. So that's another plus. So here's all the nails, and here's the thickness that I made them. I really didn't make them too thick, but they're not too thin either. And I did go ahead and cure them all for 60 seconds. Now polygel does leave a sticky layer, so you do want to wipe that sticky layer off really well with some alcohol. And I am just using my lint-free wipe, and I'm gonna take my 80/80 nail grit and gonna go ahead and shape the nails. So I'll let you enjoy that really quick. Okay, here's how the nails look after they've been filed, shaped, and buffed. They're nice and smooth and ready for the nail design. So I did find this particular nail design on Instagram, and I'll be sure to give credit to this creator right here. I thought these nails were just so cute, so I wanted to try to recreate them. And this is the gel polish that I'm using for the French tips. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but I know I got these gel polishes off of Temu, and I'll be sure to leave those linked in the description box as well. And to paint on the French tips, I am gonna go ahead and use my nail brush from Nail Slayed by Val. It is the 12mm French Slayer. And I love this brush. It's really easy to work with, and it does help with my French tips. So thank you, Nail Slayed by Val. If you have not picked yours up yet, be sure to check out her link in the description box and go ahead and support Nail Slayed by Val. She is amazing, and I absolutely love her work. And I will go ahead and be sure to leave also her 8mm as well. It's an 8mm slated brush, and that's for like little tiny details, and I am going to also use that in today's video. So yeah, go ahead and check her out if you haven't already. And then once I was done painting the French tip, I am going to go ahead and cure the nails for 60 seconds. I did make French tips on all of the nails, and I was trying to perfect my smile line here on the thumb, and I did do that to all the nails except the middle finger, just because I am going to put a 3D flower on that one, so I wasn't too worried about making that smile line too perfect. So I did cure the nails for 60 seconds once I was finished. Oh, and before I did cure them, I did go ahead and wipe off the edges with a lint-free wipe and some alcohol, just so I don't lose that shape. So now I'm going to take this airbrush gel from Savvyland and my airbrush machine, and I absolutely love this thing. It's so amazing. If you haven't tried airbrush gels, you really need to get your hands on them. It's so much better and easier and safer than using acetone and gel polish altogether. And you only use a very little tiny bit, as you can see how much I put in the little barrel. And you do need to practice with it a little bit, just so that you know where you want the product to come out of, like from the little hole. So just play with it until you're happy with the consistency that comes out from the airbrush machine. It's not hard to use, it's very easy, and if you've never tried airbrushing before, it's a lot easier and faster than using the sponge method. So I highly recommend you go and check out the Savvyland airbrush gels, and I'll be sure to leave those linked in the description box as well. So I am just airbrushing random spots like on the nail design in the picture, and after that I am going to cure them all for 60 seconds because remember, this is gel polish, so it does have to be cured. And if you do get it like on the base part of the nail, then before you cure it, just wipe it off with some acetone and a cleanup brush, and that's what I do. I just clean it off, but if you do cure it, then it's gonna stay. So just make sure if you get it on your base color, then just to wipe it off before you cure it. So now to clean out your airbrush, you want to make sure you do that right away when you're finished because you don't want it to get clogged. I just put some acetone into the barrel and I go ahead and spray it onto a paper towel or just a spare like mat that I have here that I'm going to throw away. And I do go ahead and spray out all the acetone just to make sure it runs clear, and then I just clean the little spout area where the air comes out. So you want to make sure you do that right after you're done because you don't want it sitting there and then clogging up. So now, like I said, I am just cleaning up the smile line before I go and place the nails in the nail lamp, and I am going to cure these for 60 seconds. Now to start the nail design, I am using my black gel polish from Melody Susie. I love this black gel polish. It's so pigmented and it's so good. You need to pick it up for yourself if you don't have it in your collection already. And I am using a dotting tool and just trying to make like some cheetah print designs in the center, and then I'm going to use my detail brush and make some zebra lines. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Just make some random lines. I'm not a professional when it comes to like zebra or tiger stripes, whatever you want to call them, and I just randomly make lines wherever I feel they'll look cute in the space, just trying not to leave too much space in between the lines. And then with the black gel polish, you do want to make sure that you cure it for 60 seconds just so that it doesn't wrinkle. And then I'm going to do that to all the nails that have that design. Now I'm going to take this 3D gel, and this stuff is really easy to use. Also, just make sure you are wearing gloves when working with it. You don't want to touch any uncured gel at all without gloves because you don't want to get an allergic reaction. I did used to not use gloves, but I do now because I don't want to get that reaction. So I am just rolling it out into like a thin strip, and then I'm cutting out 5 little pieces and rolling them into little teeny tiny balls. I am going to use 5 of them, and this is so that I can form my flower. So this is the easiest way for me to get all the petals together so that I can start making my 3D flower. And once I'm done rolling them out, I just go ahead and put back the excess that I didn't use because it's still good, and I am going to place it on the middle finger, and I am just going to place it where I want the flower to be at, which is going to be a little bit above the center. And then I'm going to take my silicone tool and I'm going to dip that into just a little bit of alcohol, not too much. You don't want it too wet. You just want it to where it doesn't stick to the molding gel. So I am going through the center first, and then I'll pull it on the outer end, and I don't know how to describe it, but if you can just watch how I do it, that'd probably be better than me describing how I make the flower. So once I'm finished with the way that I like it, then I am going to go ahead and cure the flower for 60 seconds, because if you wait too long, this molding gel will start to self-level a little bit and you won't have the shape that you want. So once you're satisfied, go ahead and cure it, and I am going to cure it for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take my steel top coat from lacatrinanails.tx, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to all the nails because I want to make sure that it's already top coated before I add my little gems and rhinestones and my nail charms. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to all the nails, and I love this top coat. It's really shiny and it really makes your nails super strong, and it's scratch resistant. So I highly recommend you go ahead and pick it up for yourself. It's going to be linked in the description box below. So now I'm going to cure these for 60 seconds once I've applied the top coat to all the nails. Now I'm going to take this painting gel. It's like a padding gel, and I did actually get this from a giveaway that I won not too long ago, and I was so grateful. Thank you so much for gifting this to me, and I'll be sure to leave her linked in the description box as well, the person that gave this gift to me. So you just go ahead and take the padding gel and a little sponge and dab a little bit off from the sponge because it's super pigmented, and then once you like the consistency that it's giving, then you go ahead and apply it to the area that you want it, and that's what I'm doing for the 3D flower. And I didn't want to bring out my airbrush machine again, so that's what I'm using this for. And then I did not cure it yet, but I am going to go ahead and add some little black dots for the flower just to give it like some more definition than what it already has. And just like the picture, I wanted it to match as best as possible. And I am so sorry I'm out of frame. I didn't realize I was out of frame this much. I apologize. But here's how it looks. And then once I was satisfied, I did cure it for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply the top coat to this nail. I did not apply it earlier. I apologize. I did not specify that. So I am applying the top coat now, and then I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. And you do want to apply the top coat over your 3D nail artwork just to ensure that it stays protected and it doesn't chip or scratch. So that's what I'm doing here. So this is what I'm going to use as far as the rhinestones and everything, and I am going to take Zulays Bling adhesive. So this is new for me. I've not used this before. This is my very first time using it. I'm so excited, and I got this from Nail Slayed by Val. She always recommends her nail glue in her past videos, so I went ahead and picked it up finally, and so far so good. Like, after this nail set was done, those little teeny tiny charms were not going anywhere. I could instantly feel the difference. So I highly recommend you pick this up for yourself as well if you haven't already. If you have tried it in the past, how do you like it? Be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about all these products that I've used in today's video. If you have any recommendations for me as far as polygel, gel polishes, anything really, I'm really up for anything, any recommendations that you have. So be sure to comment down below about what you think, and yeah, I would like to go ahead and give them a try. So this glue is air dry glue, and you do want to spray the activator when you're finished. So this glue, you do not put it in the lamp, it is air dry. And I did go ahead and get her activator as well. It is the Bling adhesive activator, and you just spritz just a little tiny bit of it over the area where you applied the glue, and you do want to make sure you do it a little bit farther, like away from the nail, or else it's going to leave a white cast, I believe. So for the big charm, I am going to go ahead and use this rhinestone glue. And this glue, I saw the recommendation from Nails from the Trap, So she said this makes her nail charms stick in place, her big nail charms, and that they don't move. So I went ahead and got it for myself, and I'm gonna try it out. Normally I do use the Makartt Rhinestone glue, but I did want to give this a try. So today's the first day that I'm using it, and it was a lot runnier than Makartt, I will say that, but it was easy to work with. So I did just flash cure it in place really quick, and then I am going to go ahead and add my 3D lines. So I did top coat the nails first. I like the way the 3D lines look after you top coat them, because you can do them before you top coat them and then put top coat on top, but I just think it looks more like washed away like that. So I did top coat the nails first, and then I'm just adding this rhinestone glue. I believe I got it on Temu, and it is non-white. You do want to make sure you use a thicker gel that is non-white so it doesn't leave a sticky layer. So that's what I'm doing here, and it is kind of easy to make these lines. Just make a little ball and then pull it down, if that makes any sense. And then for the little circles, then just twirl it around in a circle and it'll stay in place, and then you can flash cure it really quick. And to flash cure my design, I am using my nail lamp from lacatrinanails.tx. So here's how the design is looking, and now that I am all finished, I'm gonna go ahead and spray the activator. And like I said, you just need a little spritz, and that will help your nail glue dry instantly so that those gems do not go anywhere. And yeah, this is how they look so far. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed this polygel. Makartt, thank you so much for coming out with this product, and I can't wait to try more. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.